Hello everybody and welcome back to the channel. As you can see, I've got a handful of goldbacks right here, and there's a reason for that because I've got a bit of an announcement to make, and that is that my good friends down at Cardiff Gold currently have the brand new Florida Goldback in stock available on their website. But we'll get to that a little bit later because beforehand we'll have a quick look at what these are, how long they've been about, and what they're used for. The first one ever to be issued was the Utah Goldback, which hit the market all the way back in 2019. After that, the following year in 2020, we saw the release of the Nevada Goldback, and then in 2021, it was the turn for the New Hampshire Goldback. In 2022, we then saw the Wyoming Goldback, and then in 2023, we saw the release of the South Dakota Goldback, taking the number of participating states up to 5. Interestingly, they're actually legal tender and can be spent in the participating states over in America. That's no good for me, of course, because I'm over here in the UK. But the reason I like to get them is because I think they're an absolutely wonderful collector's piece, and I have been collecting the full set of one goldbacks for the last couple of years now. I have a full set of 2023 and a full set of 2024, and I will of course be getting a full set of the 1.5 goldbacks for 2025. Now there's a brand new feature that's been released with the Florida Goldbacks this year. I believe it's going to be across the board and it will be transferred to the other states as well. But I haven't been able to confirm that as of yet, and I can only tell you that this feature is definitely on the Florida Goldback, and that is the brand new security feature, which if you turn your goldback over, as you can see, these have always been just a reverse of the front image. There's never been any kind of image or anything on the back, but now with the release of the 2025 goldbacks, there's an important reason to turn your goldback over and have a quick look at the rear. You're going to need one of these, and this is a dark light torch, but if you do have one and you shine it on the back of your goldback, you can see right there it says AU half, and that's to let you know that it's a half goldback, AU of course being the chemical symbol of gold. And I think that's a fantastic security feature that's been added this year. If we take one of the previous years, this one right here is a 2024 Utah, and we shine the torch on the back, you can see that that has not been included on the pieces previously. So definitely is a brand new feature for 2025. So that's for half goldback, and if I take the 1 goldback right there, as you can see, exactly the same. You've got an incredible dark light security feature on the back of the notes. Okay, so as you can see right here, we are on the Cardiff Gold website, part of the Max family. And before we take a look at the actual goldbacks themselves, we've got a couple of accessories right here that we'll take a look at. The first one is the Goldback protective sleeve. So these are basically just a really affordable way to store your goldbacks to ensure that they don't get damaged. As you can see, they're being sold for £4.19 plus VAT, VAT being 84p, giving you a total cost of £5.03. We won't spend too much time looking at that, but we will have a quick look at the Goldback wallet in black that they also have in stock. As you can see right here, we've got spaces for you to hold one of each denomination of a Goldback. You've got a space right here for a bank or credit card, and I'm sure you'll be able to pop a pen and a couple of pieces of paper in there as well. So this is another way to store your Goldbacks, but this is if you're wanting to carry them around with you. Maybe you're in one of the participating states in America and you might actually be spending your goldbacks at the stores, which I think is just such a cool thing. I'm so jealous that the guys over in America actually get to go out and spend these. Unfortunately, we don't have that privilege over here in the UK because we are so far away from any participating states, but they are still absolutely wonderful collector's items, which I absolutely love having in the collection myself. So that's the couple of accessories that Cardiff Gold are doing. If we start at the smallest denomination and work our way up, we can see we've got the Hope Goldback right here with the 𝗪𝗐𝗔, which is written on the rock right there. These have been sold at £6.99. There's no VAT included on these at all, so your total cost is £6.99. And as you can see, that's for half Goldback for Florida. Now, I will let you know that Cardiff Gold do only have a limited amount of these at the moment, so they may sell out fairly quickly. But it is my understanding that they will be getting more in stock later down the line, but there is a very limited number on this initial run. The other thing about this initial run is you can just about make it out on the screen, but these are what's known as the alpha strike goldbacks. So an alpha strike is something that a number of mints are doing, and all it means is it's the first number of pieces that are produced in a series. So I'm not sure exactly how many goldback are giving the title of the alpha strike, but it will only be the first so many that come off the production line. You can tell whether or not you've got an alpha strike by looking for a little tiny A right next to the date year right there. As you can see, it says A 2025. So the ones that Cardiff Gold have in stock at the moment are the alpha strikes. You cannot guarantee that you'll definitely be able to get the alpha strikes down the line. So I do highly recommend getting yourself on that website and ordering yourself some of these beautiful pieces of art if it's your cup of tea. So that, as I say, right there is the half goldback. We've got a beautiful depiction of a French conquistador donned entirely in absolutely stunning armour. We can see she's got her trusted steed right next to her, and the body of water she's kneeling down next to is supposed to represent the fountain of youth. So what a stunning design on this one. I've got to be honest with you guys, I think Florida have knocked it out of the park with their designs they've put on these pieces. I think the Florida Goldbacks, every single one of them, have got the best artwork when it comes to the larger series. So, you know, they've really done a great job on these, and with the additional security feature on the back of the goldbacks as well, absolutely blown away by them. But this one right here is the one Florida Goldback, and this one contains 1/1000th of a troy ounce of 24 karat gold. I did forget to mention the half goldbacks contain 1/2000th of a troy ounce of 24 karat gold. So these are actually 24 karat gold foil. They do have a pure gold content, but if we look at the actual design itself right there, we have a beautiful Spanish lady playing her Spanish guitar. We've got some orange trees above right there. We have some flamingos right there, and a beautiful depiction of St. Augustine's right there in the background. The design on this piece is supposed to represent the virtue of harmonia, also known as harmony. And as I say, I just think it's an absolutely stunning piece. We have a Spanish galleon as well in the background right there. And I can just get carried away envisioning this lovely lady sitting there strumming a tune on a beautiful Florida day with the orange trees above, the flamingos wading around, and what a stunning piece it is. But as I say, that's the one goldback. As you can see right here, they're selling these for £9.99 per goldback. So we'll move on and have a quick look at the next denomination, which is this one right here, which is the 2 goldback. And as you can see right here, this is 1/500th of an ounce of 24 karat gold. So up to yet, the amount of gold has doubled in each increase of denomination. Again, all of these are the Alpha Strike goldbacks, as you can see with the little tiny 8 right there. But this one is designed to celebrate the virtue of fortitudo, or fortitude, as you can see written just on the bow of the boat right there. It says fortitudo. We have a beautiful depiction of a lady paddling. There looks to be a manatee just below with some wonderful little fish next to it. It's once again a stunning piece of artwork on this design. It's perhaps one of my least favourite of the Florida designs, but I'm going to be honest with you, that's only because there's so much competition when it comes to these Florida goldbacks. They're just absolutely stunning. They really are. But as I say, this one right here is the Florida 2 goldback with 1/500th of a troy ounce of 24 karat gold. And as you can see right there, that has been sold for $15.99 through Cardiff Gold. So we'll quickly move on to the next one. We've got a couple more to look at right now. The next one being one of my favourites, actually. This is my second favourite design of the Florida goldbacks. I think it's absolutely stunning. We have a female pirate right there with her trusted galleon behind her, fighting off a rough sea by the looks of things. And as you can see, this one is 1/200th of a troy ounce of 24 karat gold. Again, it is an Alpha Strike, and this one is being sold for the value of $29.99. The Florida Goldback features the virtue Audax, which you can see is the name of the ship behind the Lady Pirate. Now, Audax is for bold, daring and valiant. So I can imagine, you know, you'd have to be pretty bold and daring to be a pirate back in the day, wouldn't you? It was a very daring lifestyle. But again, one of my personal favourite designs on these goldbacks. I think it's absolutely stunning. Again, I think Florida have truly knocked it out of the park. As much as I've always been a fan of goldbacks in the past, Florida's now my favourite state, by a long way, by a long way. We'll look to see if the other states are going to carry on their traditional designs going forwards, or maybe they may look to change it up a little bit. I don't know now the Florida ones have come out, because it has definitely put that competition up there, hasn't it? It really has. But as I say, this one right here is the 5 goldback, retailing at $29.99. It contains 1/200th of a troy ounce of 24 karat gold, and again is the Alpha Strike version. So let's take a quick look at the final one that Cardiff Gold have on their website, and this one right here is the 10 goldback, retailing at $59.99, and for that you get 1/100th of a troy ounce of 24 karat gold. Again, it is the Alpha Strike version of 2025, and the Florida 10 goldback highlights the virtue innovatio, or innovation. Now I'm a little bit surprised here, because based on the other ones I would have expected the train to have been named 𝗕𝗏𝗍𝗂 right there, but as you can see they haven't gone that way. They've called the train the Flagler, so maybe that's a famous train from America. Maybe that's like an American Flying Scotsman kind of thing. I don't know, it's not something I've heard of before, but as I say, the virtue that this piece represents is innovatio, or innovation, and I can certainly see why. There was a lot of innovation that went into the railways during the 1800s in America, so definitely very fitting for the theme of the piece. We've got some beautiful dolphins breaking the water right there as this lady hangs out of the train. I believe that she's waving goodbye to one of her loved ones, and it looks like she might have a few little goldbacks in her hand herself, but above her we have some fantastic birds flying around, and again it's just a stunningly beautiful piece of artwork. I cannot recommend these pieces highly enough. Now, for me personally, with my budget, I do stick to a date run of the 1 goldbacks. I am going to be adding to that by collecting the half goldbacks as well. However, saying that, if money was not an option, I would 100% be buying at least 1 each of the Florida goldbacks. I think they're absolutely stunning, and if I did have the funds available to pick up each and every single denomination, I absolutely would. Now, there are 3 other denominations, but I can't see them on the Cardiff Gold website. So I'll just run through them very quickly and let you know that we have a 25 goldback, which contains 1/40th of a troy ounce of gold. And that one brings to life the virtue of conservar, protector or perseverer. After that, we have a 50 goldback. Now, the 50 goldback I mentioned in one of my previous videos very recently is absolutely 100% my favourite design of all of the goldbacks. When I first saw it, I thought it might have been Amelia Earhart. I wasn't sure. I know the story of Amelia Earhart, but I didn't know where she was from. I thought maybe she came from Florida. I don't know. But after doing a little bit more research, I found out that it wasn't Amelia Earhart. It is a generic WASP pilot, and WASP stands for Women's Air Force Service Pilot. So it's a generic WASP pilot. It's an absolutely stunning depiction of a female pilot flying a P-51 Mustang with her squadron in the background, accompanying her on her mission. The 50 goldback presents the virtue 𝗕𝗏𝗁𝗍𝗔, the love of country, or patriotism, which I think is a very fitting design indeed. The 50 goldbacks, just so you know, contain 1/20th of a troy ounce of 24 karat gold, and you can start to see why the price goes up a little bit more with the higher denominations. They're getting a lot closer to a troy ounce of gold, and as we know, a troy ounce of gold isn't cheap, is it? You know what I mean? So that's the only reason it puts them a little bit out of my price range. But as I say, that doesn't mean that they're not fantastic value for money for what they are, and I really do encourage people picking these up as a little collector's item. Now, finally, that leaves us on to the big one, the 100 goldbacks, which actually contains 1/10 of a troy ounce of 24 karat gold. That is a substantial amount of gold. There's as much gold in a 100 goldback as there is in a 1/10 ounce coin. So yeah, it starts to become a serious piece of gold at this point. The 100 goldback features 𝗬𝗏𝗃 or liberty, and no surprises for guessing that because we've got a fantastic depiction of Lady Liberty coming out of the waves. She's dragging what looks to be a distressed ship to safety by the anchor chain. We also have a lighthouse at the back, and also just there in the centre we have a representation of one of the Saturn rockets celebrating USA's successful journey to the moon. At the bottom of the piece, lying next to Lady Liberty's feet, there's a stone that says 𝗬𝗏𝗃, and right next to that, it looks like we've got a few Florida sea turtles making a break for it. These are the lucky ones. As we know, sea turtles, they don't have a great survival rate when they're young, but these are the lucky ones that at least made it to the water. Next to them, we have a footprint, which to me, although it is on the sand, is very reminiscent to the footprints that were left on the moon by astronauts Buzz Aldrin and Neil Armstrong. It really does look like that kind of pattern, and with us having the moon and one of the rockets in the background as well, I do believe that's what it's supposed to represent right there. But that right there is all of a brand spanking new Florida Goldbacks. It's really exciting news actually to have a brand spanking new Goldback come out, especially ones with such beautiful designs. And like I say, you've got the added bonus of the dark light security feature on every single one of these Florida Goldbacks. Now again, I fully expect that to be seen on the other states on their release for 2025, but I cannot confirm that because I haven't seen them yet. But if you know that for a fact, do let us know in the comments, but I very highly suspect that it will transfer onto the other states as well. They're an absolutely beautiful piece. Why not treat yourself to a beautiful piece of 24 karat gold by heading across to Cardiff Gold's website. That's www.𝗏𝗏𝗆𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏 𝗕𝗥𝗆𝗍𝗂. I've probably rabbled on for long enough today. So I'm going to leave you all in the usual fashion by saying, until next time, look after each other, keep stacking, take care, and goodbye.